But I heard something this week that it was kind of weird to listen to. It was very strange. And I'm going to play it to you. I don't know if you've heard this yet. This was part of JJ Redick's show. Shout out to JJ Redick. We don't own any of this clip we're about to play, but I think it would be okay if I played it because it's just a short extract. I want you to take a listen to this. This is Kendrick Perkins talking about, I believe, the 2008 Eastern Conference Finals and facing LeBron James in Game 7.
I got a confession. Like, let me tell you. So, we played the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2008, and it was a Game 7, right? We just had lost Game 6. And I ain't gonna lie, man, I was scared as hell going into that Game 7 against LeBron James. And this was the only time that I actually prayed that something happened to him at practice. I said, you know what? Like, no.
What a thing to confess.
I know, but I'm being real. Like, I was like, let us get breaking news that LeBron has, tore his ACL or something.
Jesus.
Like, I did, bro. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm not even exaggerating. And
I have to edit this out.
No, you can't edit this out. This is real. That's how terrified I was of LeBron. Let me tell you. We got by the Hawks. And I remember it was Game 6 in Cleveland. And he drove down the lane, and I think he dunked on KG and James Posey. And I seen it in his eyes because I was sitting on the bench. I had a horrible game. And I kept saying to myself, I was like, man, we not getting past this motherfucker. He coming in here, and he go beat us. I could see it. And I was scared. I was like, this is just a different dude right now. And I was scared. And I actually was sitting up there really praying that I woke up to some news that some type of way he was going to be out the game.
I'm going to dial, real quick, I guess I can't let this go. I'm going to dial it back. For a second and maybe just say you were praying that he had a sprained ankle. That maybe he had a stomach bug.
No, a stomach bug or a sprained ankle, he still had a chance to play. I did not want him to play in this Game 7.
If you want to listen to the full thing, check out JJ Redick's show, Old Man 03, fantastic podcast. But that was very strange to listen to, BJ. Now, I want to get your immediate reaction. Was that the first time you heard that clip?
That's yes. Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know really what to say. That one doesn't require me to say it. At my age, my favorite word right now is whatever.
Come on, BJ. Did you ever pray for an opponent to injure their ACL so you didn't have to play them?
No.
Did you ever pray for an opponent to be injured so you didn't have to play them?
You've heard me say this over and over again, and I've learned this. I learned it at a young age. I as a young kid, I was a awful loser even as a young kid. Like you play a game as a kid and you lose and you might be mad for a second and you move on. Okay, I was awful. Like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready. I'm not like how you see kids, maybe they'll get a tear in their eye. I'm in a full blown if I lost at anything. Okay, my parents thought something was wrong with me. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It wasn't until fortunately, I learned the difference between winning and losing, which creates fear. And I was actually happy to see, or at least hear him say he was scared. Well, you're scared, Mo. You'll do something. You don't think right when you're scared. But when you compete, you're looking for the best player. And you're saying, if I want to be the best, I got to go through this person here. Bring it.
Mm-hmm.
As a kid, I would cry something awful because I just wanted to win, because I didn't like that feeling of losing. Losing brings about fear, and I'm okay with that. It's okay. Now, what he said and what he did, I don't like to see people get hurt at all. That's the one thing. I don't care, when you play against anybody, Mo, and somebody goes down, even to this day, the last thing, I don't care who it is, I don't want to see people get hurt.
That's facts.
Okay, that's just me. But I learned that as a competitor because you want to play against the best. Like, and you've heard me say this, Mo, time and time again. The score is always 0-0. That's the formula for a competitor.
The score was literally 3-3. Like, it was a game 7. It's not like the Cavs are up 50 and you're about to be eliminated.
That's the greatest. I don't work out just so I can win. I work out, Mo, because I want to find out who's the best. Like, who's the best? Like, who's the best? Who's the best here? Because I'm going to show up, Mo. I believe I'm going to win. And you know what's beautiful? Mo's going to show up because he believes he can win.
Mm-hmm.
And may the best guy win.
That's
Mo,
facts.
That's competition.
Man, this thing from Kendrick Perkins is just.
Now, I don't know if it's here, and I don't want to believe that he even, that he believed that. I don't think. I know Kendrick, so I'm just going to say, maybe it was a story that you go, well, maybe it could have been worded different. It could have.
But he said.
I think what
he said, I have a confession to make. It's not like anyone asked him the question, Kendrick, have you ever prayed for an opponent to get injured? Or Kendrick, have you ever been super? I don't know what the context is, but he just goes, I have a confession to make. I prayed LeBron James would tear his ACL. I think that's a wild thing to confess. I think that's insane. It's insane to think in the first place.
Maybe that's his thing. I don't know. But can we move on? Because
let me ask you this. Have you ever been scared to face any? Has there ever been a player you've had to go up against and you thought, oh God, not this guy?
Oh, plenty of times.
Any examples?
Yeah. When I was in grade school.
I mean, in the league.
Absolutely. Every time I suited up. Everyone wants to just target a guy, like say, in our era, okay, you could, whether it was Tim Hardaway, Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Johnson, Mark Price. Okay, those guys were the all-stars. But you know what? Every single night in the NBA, this is what I always respected about the NBA. Anybody could hit you, Mo, for a 30, 40, 50 piece.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's great it's great when you get up for just the star players, right? I'm playing against the Lakers and Magic Johnson. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, great. But you know what, Mo? There was a guard in the NBA. Like, everyone has this story. There's somebody in the NBA. There's somebody in your career that just had your number. There was a guy who had my number.
Mm-hmm.
His name was Steve Coulter. You probably never heard of the guy.
I have, because I've heard this story before, but that's the only reason why.
This guy had my number. Everybody, if you play in the NBA, every star player, there's a player that has your number.
Mm-hmm.
There's a star player that I played against. Every time I saw him, I had a good game. I don't know why. I just did. It's just certain matchups that you have for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. Every player. Steve Coulter had my number. Now, I was more every time I saw Steve Coulter, if I see Steve Coulter to this day, he may give me 30 right now in the backyard. The guy just and there's nothing I can do about it, Mo. There's nothing I can do about it.
Hey, man, that's fair enough.
But I played against star players. And I was okay. every night in the NBA, I knew that somebody could get a reputation on me.
Mm-hmm.
So every time I stepped on the floor, Mo, I felt that I could have got knocked out. And that's how I approached it. You know what I mean? Like, because the last thing, okay, if Mark Price hit me for 35, you would say, oh, he's supposed to hit you for 35. Steve Coulter hit me for 35. Everybody like, whoa. He did. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you.
That one hit me much deeper than if.
But did you ever pray for Steve Coulter to tear his ACL before a game?
No.
There we go. Like I just thought that Kendrick Perkins thing was insane, and he wasn't even guarding LeBron. He ain't even guarding. You worry about Big Z.
No, I think. Listen. Listen, because I've heard so much in my life and so many things in the locker room. I'm gonna put it in this. The guy just wanted to win bad. I'm sure he didn't want that to happen. What he was really saying is he just wanted to win that bad. It was just a bad example.
Okay. Let's hope so.
But it was just a bad example. He could have given but you know what? He just wanted to win that bad.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I think there was just more out of, and that's the way I take it. I've heard, people talk, whatever, but I'm not gonna make too much. I'm going to use my favorite word, whatever. Now let's move on.